What do we got? September 12th. It's a Tuesday. Good morning. Straight away. Is your name Alessandro? You had let me know that you had ordered a digital sex CD and you haven't received it yet. Um, can you forward me in an email your order, because I haven't been selling them myself for a while. I don't have any. And if there was a link on my page, it should have been forwarded to Randy's Alternative Music in Pittsburgh. He's the one who released the CD and would get it to you. But um, I can't find a record of the orders since I didn't have any to sell. But if you would, get that to me so I can forward it to Randy and he can get that CD to you. Want to keep customers satisfied. So, as it turns out, dang it, I did have this already. But what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm going to trade this copy out and keep the promo. My Discogs, I am using, like a lot of people, I'm using Discogs to, where you can basically, make a discography, using Discogs. I started that a couple of years ago. I don't post who I am. You can find me pretty easy if you really want to see what's in my collection. It's not for sale. I've been having some folks contacting me asking if such a thing is for sale, and it could be, but I'm not interested in selling, really, not really. But I keep finding that where I thought I had basically everything listed, that I don't. That Herbie Hancock was listed as didn't have it until I put the promo in. So it's a lot of work. So there's that. But please, if I got your name wrong, the person who informed me that they had ordered a digital sex CD and haven't received anything, please forward that order to me through email, and I'll make sure that it gets to the record label so they can send you a copy. Thanks, and thank you, Carm, for ordering this, because I know this is not your typical. Not well. It's no. I shouldn't say that. Thank you for ordering it. I hope you enjoy it. Just hearing here from my artist professor friend Tim Guthrie. He's been helping out by giving me his. We're recycling his boxes. He orders a lot online, and so I've just been using his boxes to send out the RAF LPs. Very kind of Tim. So I'll show a couple records, but something I wanted to say was we're all struggling. I watched this movie / documentary called Childhood 2.0. It's online. It's on YouTube. I had watched it before, but I found myself watching it mostly again last night as it was going into the whole deal about teenage suicide and the high levels of anxiety that, in general, children appear to be living under. And I got a call from my friend. Well, I called my friend Liz in Kansas yesterday, she's going through changes since her mom passed away. Excuse me. But it just prompted me to be thinking this thought and to share the thought. I shared it on my Facebook page this morning. We're all struggling. Everyone is challenged with something. We're all, if it isn't midlife crisis, it's financial struggles, it's dealing with death or health or politics and all of that. And I was just saying, it's like, we could just have a little more awareness of this and be kinder to one another and maybe try to help one another with our challenges, even just in a psychic sort of way where we try to share good energy. That's what I'm trying to get at. The world does seem to be quite, the climate too is an issue. Quite the ball of stress these days, with no leadership leading us in a positive direction. It's the same old story, same old business. Bottom line runs everything when everyone is going crazy and just trying to deal with it. We as individuals, with a little more awareness, can change this. I know it's probably futile in some ways to talk like this, but this was the legacy that Martin Luther King and people like that left to me. This is what they told me I need to do. If you're going to do anything, is don't be quiet in the face of injustice and in the face of adversity. Be kind to one another. Be willing. So a little bit of music. Yesterday was a relaxed day. It's cool again, but it's supposed to get up into the 80s today, so I should be losing this. But I woke up this morning and it's cool. I like cool mornings. So let me show some records. Played this yesterday, Captain Beyond's second album, Sufficiently Breathless. Love this artwork. And I had to know who the artist was when I was a kid. It was like, this is just too cool. And I'm thinking that he's somehow related. Well, Pacific Eye and Ear is the name of the company. I'd actually taken note of his name, but I can't find it now. I love that illustration. Now, for me, this is nothing compared to their first album. And in reading their story, it had to do with the songwriting. Captain Beyond's first album is a hard rock, progressive rock, classic album. This is more laid back and kind of, and even has Latin Santana grooves on it. The title track is the best song on this album. But I love that cover. Love that cover. I had bought this recently, and so I played this yesterday again. Acid Mother's Temple, early album of theirs. Interestingly, they do the blues changes on for a while on one side on here. But it's so erratic and just a mess of sound that I like it. Psychedelic, really psychedelic blues. Like it's about to fall apart. It's like, as it's playing, it's like I can almost hear the minds. This is the message I'm getting. We don't know what we're doing. This is we don't have the blues, but we're taking this form and we're going to just twist it around a little bit. I kind of dug that. An album that I haven't played in years. I forget records. This is Blowout by Hakon Graf, Sveinung Hovensjo, John Eberson, and John Christensen on the Compendium label. A cool small label that just put out a few records, but all of them are good. A fusion European sound. This is, again, the kind of music that really helps set a tone here in my house when I play it, that takes me away from the immediate setting that I live in the neighborhood, which is good. It's a way of traveling without getting in the car or getting in the plane. And the second track on side one sounds like that. Just a really relaxed day. Maybe you're at the lake or by a body of water, and maybe skipping stones, or the kids are throwing rocks in the water, and it's just relaxed and beautiful. It's a really good album. That's what this sounds like on the relaxed parts. Good stuff, people. Good stuff. I listened more to this. Irreversible Entanglements. I highly recommend this. I highly recommend it. It's just going to grow in my appreciation for it over time. So, a little more self-promotion, and then I'll see where else my thoughts go. So I was sharing with you that I'm about to put out another compact disc, not a CD-R. I went ahead and had 300 made so that I could get a proper compact disc made. It's scheduled to be delivered by tomorrow night to me, which is exciting. So I have another new release just about to drop. It is the follow-up to my album Future Still, which was put out by FPE Records in Chicago. I'm glad I'm doing it like this because, like I said, if I endeavor to do this next record on vinyl, we wouldn't have it until, we'd still be waiting until next year. So I'm kind of vibing with Martin Archer of Discus Music, where he is not producing any vinyl. All of his releases are on compact disc. He's out of the UK. I'm kind of digging it. It's like the order I put in less than a month ago, and they're ready. I got the tracking number and everything this morning. They're scheduled to be delivered by tomorrow night. That's exciting. So I'll have that available, hopefully by the weekend, hopefully by Friday, for sale. Excuse me, folks. On my RAF videos that I've shared, I've gotten quite a few complimentary comments. I've only deleted one where someone, for whatever reason it is that they decided they wanted to say this, they left the comment rubbish. Well, that's just not true at all. I mean, totally from an objective point of view, as a person not playing the music, but someone who likes music and appreciates good playing, RAF is is not rubbish. That's some, whatever motivated that comment, it was negative, and it was probably jealousy. Don't put up with that. I don't. I just got this comment this morning. Was there ever a point in your life where you were not the coolest guy in the room? Thank you for the amazing channel, Dereck. Well, the fact of the matter is, all through school, I was not cool. I was not a popular kid. I was, nerdy. I was one of the people thought I was a fag, when that was happening, so uncool. What's happened over time is through my personal studies and studying psychology, human behavior, as well as spirituality. Over the years, my ability to see myself and other people more clearly has grown. So my self-respect, been working on it for a long time, and self-love has emerged. Once I figured out, like, you don't get it from other people, it's reflected back to you from what you're giving out. So I feel pretty cool these days, but it's not a shallow ego thing. It's a self appreciation, which is what I encourage people to do, is to love yourselves. And my young friend Nick was over a few days ago, and he had lost a job he had really wanted, mainly because of economic instability, but was able to bounce back and get another job shortly after that. But in our conversation, we were talking about that, and he is young. He's not even 30 years old, and is, like a lot of people, really hung up about what other people think of him, and is under the illusion that if I do A, B, and C, then other people will think D, E, F. And that's a crapshoot. And it's just really, it's a standard way that people are raised, but it's really not good, the idea that you derive your sense of worth from others. It's really important to get the message that we need to be part of the choir. If the idea that if I can make somebody else love me, then I'm worth loving, you're going to fail. And you folks that are doing that, or trying it, or think that you've achieved it, you're kidding yourself. If you think, oh, I found the perfect person and they've made me complete, well, think about it a little bit more. There had to be something to be completed, and the other person can't get inside of you to complete it. You do it. Thank goodness for discovering the other person and aligning yourself with them. But again, I'm sort of going on, but what I want to say is what I want to hear more of in general. Encouragement and appreciation for one another, and attempts to lift each other up somehow. We're not getting it from politicians. We're not getting it from the rich people who have the corner on everything. We can't have a revolution in the streets because the people who need to have a revolution need toilet paper and toothpaste and bottled water and everything, and the rich people own all that stuff. We don't have any power to stop the madness. To me, it's political and economical madness. Anyway, have I rambled enough? Probably have. I'll do one more thing here and remind folks there's this group called Sonder, or what are they called? It's Sonder. It's this duo that plays what I consider healthy, kind of folk-based music. This is about to be released in next month. This is their third CD. They send them to me, which I guess what I say helps. They've sent me all three of their records so far. I like it. As I said, I consider it's instrumental and healthy. I like the illustration, which was created just for them. Sonder, number 3. There you go. That's sitting there. So, what else? What am I going to do today? I have to go to the post office to fill some orders. Thank you. Please keep buying the RAF. I will express not frustration so much, but a little bit of frustration that we finally got the album out. It's killer. I'm so far not getting any response from publications that I've written to, trying to see if I can get it reviewed. I don't want this to die right away, but it's frustrating that the band can't just play because the drummer doesn't live here anymore. and gigs definitely drive sales. But you ought to have that music. It is top notch. I've got CDs as well. I'll leave the link. And like I say, I'm looking forward to most likely Thursday morning sharing with you my next solo release, Interlude. I had put up an earlier version of Interlude on my Bandcamp. I've deleted it. So some of you folks who bought that digital release, that's a collector's item because none of those tracks are on the new version of Interlude. Looks like I'll be able to present that to the world either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Hello family, hello friends, hello everyone. I wish that we could all treat each other like more like friends, because sometimes family isn't very cool. Okay folks, stay in touch, talk to me, let me know how you're doing, what's going on with you.